It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
And when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend two plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that's called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous. And it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
Just about set. Anders Carlson has the ball teed up. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
They send the tight end in motion. Allen gonna throw to get things going. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. Whoa! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. And that is not going to work out as planned. It'll be a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. Second and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Allen going to give it to Cook. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Trying to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Penei Wanwu now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Ohio State, 6'3", Justin Fields.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You've got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hall. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. The ball comes out, but this is taken in by a teammate.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bills offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll go play action here with Allen. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now Allen on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
1st and 10. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the gun, Josh Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. From the gun, it's Allen. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Remember, they just need to get to the 3 for a 1st down, but this is 3rd down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
On 4th down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. This about as short as you can get. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He's got a receiver, Alan Lazard. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They will run it over center with Hall. Up the sideline, past midfield. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Another run here with Hall. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Hall. And he'll be taken down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll run. It's Hall. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Fields. It is brought in the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Jets are on the board. It's 10-7. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Davis now to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. The Bills with the early advantage. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but He was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. A run out of the gun with Cook. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Allen to throw. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Once again, it's Cook. Just a short gain to the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. They send him right out of the slot. Allen will throw. A pass caught right side by Coleman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try and run here with Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On play action, Allen. This one intercepted. That's the safety, Andre Sisco. And he'll be taken down. That is about the craziest situation you'll ever see. Huge gain on the play, but still not enough for the first down. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Off the play action, here's Fields. Catch made, right side by Wilson.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's Fields, choosing to keep this one. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Fields. Quick throw here is complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Jets are on top. It's 14-10. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. Trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Now he'll run it. And Allen, a guy who usually gives as much punishment as he gets, slides down here, but he's got the first down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Here's Allen to throw. That's into the hands of Coleman.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On 1st down, it's Allen. They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll throw on first down with Allen. That's complete to Coleman. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Throwing again, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
He's got it at the 7. He is in. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bills move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw is Fields. That's caught. Down the field is Reynolds. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
A first down throw for Fields. This one caught by Lazar. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. First down. Fields. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
That's to the running backs, Breece Hall. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Taking off, he'll try to get there. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. Carlson's kick is good. And the Jets have tied it at 17.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there, and it'll be 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Jets offense. And their running back set to go once more. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. He gains nothing.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what was a very compelling first half of play. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find John. And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Jets offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Fields now on second down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That's Daquan Jones getting in there to bring him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Fields now. They'll set up the screen to Hall. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
On now comes the punt team for the Jets, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Bills offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cook. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. From the gun, Josh Allen. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
He's got his man. That's Kincaid. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there.
And he'll take it on in. James Cook, touchdown, Bills.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Pass now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills will go up by 7.
Jets 17.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Gibson now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. And here's 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Fields. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there. And 3rd down coming up.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw is Fields. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll go again with Hall. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackle for the loss of a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Fields from the gun on third down. Open man is Lazard. He's got it. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Five yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. A tight end in motion now. A run on first and goal. A second effort, and he is in. Breece Hall, touchdown, New York. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jets will tie this game at 24. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense, and Josh Allen headed back onto the field. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. It was Andre Cisco there to bring him down. They face second down and 7. Slot man in motion right. From the gun, it's Allen. A pass caught right side by Coleman.
Breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here. I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
One more time going up top with Allen. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Cook gets it out of the pistol. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Allen. He gets this one to Samuel. It's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Allen to throw. A short throw caught by Kincaid. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Throwing again. It's Allen. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Goes without saying, this is a huge drive. This game is all tied up. 4th quarter, that's a huge first down pickup. Now they got to see if they can get some points off this possession.
To throw again, it's Allen. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
They go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Again, it's Allen to the air. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. Got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
On 3rd and goal, here is Allen. He's got his big tight end. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Buffalo. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Extra point try by Bass. He's got it. And the Bills will go up by 7.
Bills 31, Jets 24.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They give to Hall. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Slot receiver, headed right. They'll go play action here with Allen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. That's taken in by Shakir. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
He connects with Palmer on that one. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On the handoff, this is Cook. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. And he's going to have the Bills' first down, and he'll get it by plenty. It's a gain of 8 on 4th and 1.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Once again, it's Cook. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Fields. Off he goes. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
First down, Fields. This one caught by Lazard. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Fields now on 2nd down. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. This one taken in by Reynolds. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. There's that man again, another catch. Here's 2nd down. Fields. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game. Now the lineup for the onside kick. Past midfield.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Allen down to an 8, and that should do it. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining. Second and 11. Allen down to an 8, and that should do it. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. They'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a road win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one.